How you doing, everyone? This is Matthias Atva from Dreadnought, your Dreadnought PS4 replay guy. Well, it's Thursday. I just got out of an extremely long shift at work, and I'm going to have another one tomorrow. Today I was in Connecticut, and tomorrow I'll be in Connecticut, so it will be a pretty long day for me, and I wanted to get a Brutus replay out yesterday, but it just didn't happen, and it just didn't happen again today, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. So I thought I would do a mini update instead, because I heard some interesting news from one of the top 10 players on the PS4 server for Dreadnought, but I don't want to out my source until I clear it with them and make sure that everything is okay. I don't want to ruin a good source of information, even though I don't think they'll mind, and many people know about this rumor, but I thought I would put it out for you guys on the channel if you're not in the know. I also wanted to do a YouTube channel spotlight on Sharky1302's channel, Sharkskin Gaming, which I really should have done a while ago. I have posted many of his replays in the past, and I have mentioned his channel, but I wanted to give him an official shout out. But I thought doing that tonight would not give his channel justice, so I'll just mention him here, and then hopefully this weekend I'll be able to put something together for him like I did for Yuls. His channel is really interesting. He has a lot of really good artillery cruiser replays, but he also has a lot of driving replays, which are really good. I've watched a few, and they're a lot of fun. And I haven't played, I would say the last time I played a driving game was Gran Turismo and a couple others, and it was a while back. So it's nice to see that he's keeping that PlayStation game genre alive. But I thought I'd give him a quick shout out over here, and that I will highlight his channel in the future. But again, I'm not going to make a short video when I could do a full video and give him full justice. And my replay is almost done, but I just don't have it in me to get it done. It's a pretty good replay. I put a little extra oomph into it. Hopefully that will be out this weekend. So the news that I wanted to get to, that I thought would be perfect for a quick video, just to put it out there. I know it's been a few days since I've had a video. Normally I like to do a video every 2 to 4 days, and we're getting to that point. So yesterday I wanted to put out the replay, didn't get a chance. I thought that I would put this one out instead. So the first rumor, which is really cool, is that Scramble mines are going to get a bit of a nerf, and it's not going to be, from what I read and from what the information sources told me and from what I've seen from actual screenshots, the Scramble mine mechanic for Corvettes is known to lead to infinite scramble capability for a single target, especially if you have 2 Corvettes on there. And that used to be a big issue, but it really isn't anymore. But I think the most important part of this news is that the devs and the IT staff are still looking at balance and still paying attention to the game and still seeing what little things they can do to improve the game. And I think that's exciting. It means that they haven't given up. They're still putting as much resources as they can, and they're looking at some problem issues with the game and trying to fix them and doing little baby steps to bring the game forward and make it better for us, which is really good, because we went through a 60 to 90 day period in which we really didn't get much of anything from Greybox. So the attention we've gotten last month and this month and in the coming month is well deserved, for one, and very anticipated, and will probably be much liked by the community. Personally, I think artillery pods are a more egregious culprit and need to be looked at more than scramble mines, but it's nice to see that they are still looking to improve the game. Ideally, in my opinion, just as a quick side, I think as much as I use artillery pods, they totally outshadow all the other primary modules for tactical cruisers. They're just so strong. There's really no reason to take anything else except maybe for niche builds using rupture beam, stasis beam, or tractor beam pods. I think that the damage on the artillery pods is a little high. I think its range is really long, and I think its hitbox, which everyone I think agrees with me, its hitbox is way too small. You can waste a minute of shooting in a PS3 Dreadnought match on an artillery pod and not hit it, and you could be shooting at something else and it just continually does damage to you, especially if you're in a Mithras, any Oberon Corvette, or another artillery cruiser. It can be devastating. There's no way to get away from them, and they're very damaging, and the tactical cruiser can hide while it's damaging you, which I think is the worst part of it all, is that it can damage you with a beam, or it can be off healing and doing other things, while the artillery pods, which they can have 2 out per tactical cruiser at a time, is pretty rough. And I've been in matches where there's been no less than 4 tactical cruisers spamming 8 artillery pods and a whole bunch of healing pods, and there's absolutely nothing anyone can do, and they sit in the middle of the map and spawn camp you because you have to stay on the periphery or the artillery pods will just nail you. So hopefully maybe a range and damage nerf, and definitely an increase to the hitbox window. And lore-wise, I think a ship with a dedicated reactor, shielding, crew, and half the size of a Dreadnought should have more range and do more damage than an artillery pod. As it is now, an artillery pod is roughly equivalent to a Svarog, and one of the few things that's harder to hit than a Svarog, which I think is totally out there. The other thing I wanted to mention really quick before I wrap it up is that I have been talking to DN Space Ghost, and he is really not only a great IT guy and not only a superb customer service technician. I don't want to say representative because he's really an IT guy, and not that there's anything wrong with customer service, but he does both roles very well, and he's always very informative to a point. He doesn't let out any secrets, but he tells you exactly what's going on behind the scenes as far as he can reveal. And he revealed to me that even though most of it has been fixed, the bugs from the last patch, I informed him a couple times that there's still lingering sound bugs and choppiness and lag issues with engine noises, ambient engine noises with the ships, particularly with Corvettes, and really bad for Akula Corvettes. They seem to be the worst offenders when it comes to this particular bug. And he told me that when the next update comes out, which will include the Scramble mine nerf, that hopefully the engine bug will be fixed, and if not permanently fixed, pretty much knocked out of there to a point where if it does show up, it's going to be very minimal. So I thought both of those things were great news, and they allude to Dreadnought getting more attention from Greybox, our issues getting addressed promptly and effectively, and I think that's just good news for the game and for us. And maybe if we continue to increase our player base on PS4 like we have been doing, and queue times even on weekdays, like tonight I only had a chance to play for an hour, and I was able to get 4 matches in an hour. I think that's pretty darn good. That's basically queue up, wait a couple minutes, play, queue up, wait a minute or two, play, and averaging 15 minutes for a queue pop and a match is pretty darn good on a random Thursday, and it's even better on the weekend. So I think that's really good for us and the game, and I just wanted to let you guys know in a quick video what new nuggets of information, rumors, happenings, and what's going on behind the scenes for Dreadnought PS4, and expect a couple more videos when I get done with what I'm doing at work with my current project this weekend and early next week, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will finally get how to survive the best video out. I just haven't been able to finish it, and hopefully I'd like to get that out next week, along with hopefully another player replay cast, which is all good stuff, all good things if I can get it done. But anyway, that should do it as far as this mini update and what news I've heard of. And of course, in about a week and a half or so, we will have our July update for the channel and the game. Well, that's it from me for now, and I'll see you soon in Sinley Bay.